Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back with Let 'em Peek. And we're in Tier 6 ships, which can only mean one thing. We are finishing ranked. Now we already know how this game ends, right? We already told you guys we only lost 3 battles on our way to beating ranked season. So, yeah, we do end up winning this match, but that's not what's important. What's important is how we get there. And my dude Peek and I are about to carry this team to a victory. Alright? And on top of that, it's going to showcase perfectly why Peek and I just work together so well. Alright? First of all, we can trust one another. Alright? We might argue, we might bicker, we might make fun of one another when we screw up. But, when the chips are down, we know that the other dude got our back. And that is something that you just cannot put a price on. If you do not have a battle buddy, get you one. So many people will say, well, Spartan, I can't get through ranked because I don't have anybody to play with. The reason you don't have anybody to play with is because you don't know how to do that. It's pretty simple. Get into chat once in a while. Everybody should have a headset, right? Get on the headset once in a while. Talk. Say what you're doing. Announce yourself. Eventually, you will run into somebody who is a lot like you. And when that happens, it's like a magic moment, right? It happens. You know where me and Peek met each other? In ranked battles. We just happened to get on the same team. Didn't know who the guy was, but we ended up on the same team. Here's the best part. Our team got their butts stomped into the ground, man. Stomped into the ground. It wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. But the two of us were both absolutely like losing our minds in chat about all the stupidity that had happened in that match. And how our team, we couldn't believe our team could just throw the matches the way they did. And at that moment, we bonded, all right? That's how that works. And from then on, the rest is history. The last couple years, we've been every single ranked battles teamed up, and we have absolutely dominated, even though there have been a few seasons where we have just given up. Like, we just straight up get to the point where we're like, I ain't doing this anymore. And so, we come to that mutual agreement, and we just stop the season there. Alright? Ranked battles can be extremely frustrating for anybody, let alone somebody with 2 people. Or somebody with no partner. So get yourself a battle buddy as we take this shot and absolutely decimate this Fiji. But in true Spartan fashion, we managed to leave him with just enough, well, actually more than just enough, to get away. For now. Now, again, we've talked about this multiple times with me and Peek. Peek being into the cruiser in this situation, he actually played the cruiser really well this ranked season. I played the battleships pretty well. There were a few games that I carried him. There were a lot of games that he carried me. That's the way teamwork works, guys. Not everybody has to be the best player all the time. And if you actually bring somebody with you that you can count on, then you are going to enjoy things a lot more. So get into chat, get to talking, and you will find somebody who's like-minded. Also, if you didn't know, I do actually have a Discord down in the description below. I personally don't get on it very often and check with people. I know a lot of creators do. I have other ways that I communicate with people that isn't Discord. Discord for me is for business. I go in there and get with my friends or the community contributor channel and so forth. But it is a great place to meet folks. So you get into Discord, into my Discord, or any of the other creators' Discords. They all have a channel dedicated to finding people to play with for any console. So just make yourself known. Be like, hey, look, I am, you know what your skill level is, okay? So don't try to, like, make yourself out to be some big-time player, all right? Just be yourself. Just say, hey, look, I'm out here to do things, all right? I want to get better. Who's willing to get better with me? That's what you want right there, all right? You don't want somebody who's the best ever, right? You want somebody who's on the same level as you and willing to improve with time. Alright, so now that we've got all that out of the way, we're getting into the nitty-gritty here. It's a 4v4, and I love this format. I really, really would like a 1v1. That's all I'm saying. I would love 1v1. Please, Wargaming, make it a thing. One season, I will be happy with one Tier 7 1v1 duel. Make it so that destroyers fight destroyers, cruisers fight the cruisers, and battleships fight battleships, okay? That would be amazing. Carriers can fight carriers, for all I care. But make it one season, Tier 7, 1 versus 1 ranked battles duels. Please. Because a lot of people would love it. And it would make for some exciting battles, man. Seriously, I have had a lot of fun making videos for this channel. I have had less fun on regular ranked mode than I have had even in the arena mode when I got into the 1v1v1v1 battleship duels. Man, that was so much fun. Now take that environment and put it as any ships, like any class can fight any class. I don't want it to be like battleship versus cruiser, or destroyer versus battleship, that sort of thing, because it's obviously one-sided and pretty much decided. But if you can make it to where battleships fight battleships, cruisers fight cruisers, destroyers fight destroyers, you could have a lot of fun. You could get a lot of the disputes that everybody has where they're like, I get my butt kicked because of my teammates. I say it all the time. But this would allow people to actually prove, hey, I'm good in a battleship, or hey, I'm not as good in a battleship as I thought I was. So, please, just once. Now, Leon is coming out here. Our team has done a pretty solid job. Both teams have lost the destroyer already. Alright? Their team has a 2-cap advantage. Peak is doing the right thing, pushing into the Bravo cap. And now we've got to try to get the enemy's attention, because while he's pushing into Bravo cap, he is extremely, extremely fragile. Now we're being pushed up on by the enemy Fiji. We already punched this Fiji once, but he clearly didn't learn his lesson. He thought he could come out here and beat my reload. He was mistaken. He was mistaken. He thought he was being cheeky. He's like, he fired his guns. Manzai! He failed. Because that's how that works. Okay? Now, I am not afraid of a Leon. Ever. It's just not a thing. Okay? If I'm in a battleship, that Leon is the least scary thing I've ever seen in my life. So I am going to help focus the Gneisenau. I have no doubts that Peak can kill this Gneisenau with his cruiser. No doubts whatsoever. But why make him do it all on his own? So I've got a crossfire. I've got a beautiful crossfire. We take a good chunk, at least a quarter of his health in that salvo. And we're going to do it again in a moment. The Leon is forced to try to burn me down because I'm bow tanking him. He's only got 1 fire so far, so I'm free to just sit here. He's doing some damage, but we've got heals for that. It's not really that dangerous. So now that Gneisenau is once again, and there you can see, right as I shoot him again, the friendly Nagato on our team finally gets him some of the action. And that leaves me 1 versus 1 with the least scary battleship I've ever seen. Now, I say that. I know what the Leon is capable of. I have done it in the Leon. I have absolutely wrecked people with the Leon. But when I'm facing a Leon, I am not scared whatsoever, because even, you're going to see me, I am going to be so complacent in this fight that this man, and you're going to see that French magic armor doing its thing, he angles away, and even though I should be able to punch through that upper side plating, the game is just like, nope, French armor, screw you, Spartan, all ricochets. But look at me, I'm literally sitting here broadside, about to run aground, broadside on in front of a Leon, and the Leon's not stupid. He actually loaded AP, anticipating my turn and running aground. Maybe I'm giving him more credit than I should, but seriously, that was a good play by him. Switching to armor piercing from him was absolutely the right play. Unfortunately for him, he also turned, not quite anticipating our reload, and 16-inch guns hurt a heck of a lot more than your little tiny pea shooters. Even though you used to have 16 of them, now you only have 12. Your DPM is faltering, good sir. Now, we're about to be reloaded again. We've got the front 3 turrets ready. The rear turrets, he hits us again. We use that heal. Again, you've got it, you might as well use it. And like I said, I was so cocky in this fight. Like, I made some stupid mistakes. I could have easily been killed. If he'd have gotten a couple lucky citadels on me, which is possible with the Leo, especially at these ranges. If he'd have got a couple lucky citadels, I'm dead, okay? Like, that would have been really embarrassing. But it didn't happen. And we're about to get that rear gun loaded. Remember, they're slightly offset, so I'm going to get that rear gun out there. We get it around the island, which allows us to slip away. We get an extra penetration out of that. And we're going to give them the good old toot of justice. Ready? Come on. Hit the horn with me, fellas. Everybody hit that horn. And 3, 2, 1. Shot out and pow! Down he goes. Dropping him. Finishing the fight. Finishing our 8.5 hour, 38 battles, 35 wins, 3 losses grind to finish out rank. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.